and welcome to yet another episode of Tech Beans. It is my honor to introduce all of you to Ms. Lakshmi Mitra, Vice President and Head Clover Academy. Lakshmi is an IT industry leader. She has 30 plus years of extensive experience in all spheres of the IT industry. She has worked with some of the biggest multinational conglomerates, not only in India, but also overseas. Now she's currently heading Clover Academy, the training and knowledge arm of Clover Infotech, wherein we offer online skilling and training initiatives to the fresh IT graduates. One interesting thing that I would like to point out about Lakshmi is that she actually started her career with ISRO Satellite Center. So I'm very curious to know, how did this transition happen for her from being an academician to the IT industry leader? And I'm sure all of you also will be very much interested to know. So without further ado, let's hear from Lakshmi Mitra. Hi, Lakshmi. How are you?
Oh, good, Kirti. How about you?
I am very well. Thank you. So Lakshmi, like I was telling our viewers about your professional journey, how you started your career from ISRO Satellite Center. So I think it would be very interesting for my viewers and me to know, how did this transition actually happen for you from being an academician to the IT industry leader?
Yeah, it has been an interesting journey for me. I am a master's in physics. So after my master's, I joined ISRO Satellite Center. There I was working in, remote, processing, which is like image processing from satellites. So with that experience, when I shifted to Mumbai after marriage, that is when I joined one of the Tata companies where I started into graphics and image programming. So there we built a product for signature verification. Now, once you have signature verification, you start integrating them in the banking applications. So that is how I got introduced into business applications or specifically into the banking domain. And then onwards, slowly I shifted into banking domain applications. I've spent years in application development, management, and delivery management. Over the last 30 years, I've played various roles, including quality management. So overall, all those things that I have learned in my various organizations and experience is what I am trying to inculcate into the freshers or the fresh talent that we get in Clover Academy. If I can give it back, mold their career in whatever little way that I can based on my experience, that gives me a lot of pleasure.
That is true. I think for a leader, it's nothing better than imparting their knowledge to the young generation. So, Lakshmi, to talk about current scenario in the IT industry and the corporate world, pandemic has disrupted our lives, professional and personal, and introduced us to the new normal. Now, we all have been talking about it, and digital transformation has emerged as the biggest buzzword that is possible. Last year, I think every organization was riding the digital transformation bandwagon. So when you are bombarded with so much information and there's so much to read and listen about a certain topic, the viewers or the audience can get overwhelmed. So I would request if you could simplify what digital transformation actually is for our audience.
As you rightly said, it was an immediate response to the disruption caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Organizations transitioned into remote working, which facilitated the need for technology-driven operations. So that required large-scale digital transformation. So more than a year into this shift, a lot of questions still remain as to what is this digital transformation. In very simple words, digital transformation is the integration of digital technologies into all areas of business. So be it finance, marketing, HR, operations. Every function of business today relies heavily on the technology as an accelerator or an enabler.
Right.
So this transforms the way any business operates and delivers value to their customers. I can give you some examples like, adoption of cloud-based working models, legacy and IT modernization, implementation of digital tools like artificial intelligence, adopting to hybrid workspaces. These are some examples of digital transformation. In addition to this, digital transformation also means cultural change that requires any organization to stay abreast with the latest happenings in the highly dynamic workplace and technology. At the same time, it also involves reskilling of employees so that they can thrive in the new normal. So it's a combination of things that is the so-called digital transformation.
Right, right. Yeah, I think, like you rightly said, that it's not just a technological evolution, but it's a mindset evolution. It's a mindset shift. It's more like a cultural change. So now, with that understanding of digital transformation, I'm going to ask one question that I think every fresh graduate is very much interested in, or rather worried about, I would say. So, as per you, what are the most in demand tech jobs are going to be in 2022?
Well, when you ask that question, a few things come into my mind. I think DevOps engineer, cloud architect, cybersecurity experts, IT managers, of course, are needed, artificial intelligence architects, system analysts, network administrators, software engineers, blockchain engineers, information security analysts, data scientists. These are some of the jobs that are going to be very much in demand in 2022. So the youngsters, the fresh talent, and even why fresh talent, even all of us need to reskill
Yes,
ourselves in
lateral.
one thing, yeah,
True.
in one or the other technologies as it is applicable to our own businesses.
True, true. Like you rightly said, why only fresh graduates? I think everybody in today's competitive business world, they need to reskill or upskill themselves. So, with that understanding, one thing that I have noticed about technology industry is that technology is constantly evolving. Like last year, cloud computing was the buzzword. You get acquainted with that, and there is edge computing. And then you get acquainted with edge computing, then mobile edge computing is thrown at us. So technology is evolving at such a rapid pace. So, in your opinion, what are going to be the emerging technologies that will be dominating our lives, say, in the next 3 years?
See, as we move forward, a lot of technologies are going to play important part in our lives. Some of these key technologies that I can think of and which will be there for the next 3 years are blockchain technologies, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, machine learning, virtual reality, biometric technologies, the augmented reality, then robotics, advanced robotics, Internet of Things, and of course, the implementation in edge computing. These are all some things that will continue to be there for the next 3+ years.
So, lastly, I'm going to talk about a very important discussion that has been happening in the IT industry. Since IT is leveraged for other industries, any change or transformation that happens in the IT industry, it affects other industries as well. And that topic is of the skill gap and the demand supply gap that the technology industry is witnessing. So, I would request if you could give your opinions and advice to both the organizations and the fresh graduates on the kind of things that can be done to bridge this gap.
Sure. See, with the proliferation of the digital transformation and also the new age technologies, there has been a skill gap which is created in the IT industry. If you look at some of the numbers, post the pandemic, the IT service providers are witnessing 30% growth in the digital deals. There is an 80% jump in cloud spending and a 15% rise in the customer experience spending that is seen in the industry. So, with this, the new age digital skills require the emerging technologies like the big data analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and cloud computing, cybersecurity and Internet of Things, and also robotics. There is an article in LiveMe where it talks about the severe shortage of new age digital skills as the demand in the last 2 years has been exponential, but the supply increase has been very, very moderate. So this has also resulted in the available talent switching their jobs very frequently to find better opportunities so that they can enhance their digital skill sets and become industry relevant. Now, this is not the only way to handle this situation. To handle the situation very effectively, organizations have to focus on reskilling and upskilling of their talent. And in today's scenario, organizations need to offer online training and skilling initiative to their employees. They need to support the progress and holistic development of their employees by opening up the digital avenues for skill set upgradation. Similarly, fresh talent or freshers, when they're looking for organizations to get into, they should align with their long-term objectives. And by selecting an organization, they should make sure that they get into an organization which has training and skilling as their top priority. And not just a good to have option. Training being a good to have options. Mm-hmm. For example, in Clover Infotech, we have Clover Academy, where we take care of training for freshers and our lateral employees. So our key objective is to bridge the skill deficit in the IT industry by providing training and skilling initiatives to our all our employees. That is what our initiatives are. So if I look back and look at my own journey also, I have always been open to taking up new challenges and learning new things, because of which I've been able to progress so much and learn in the whole process. So my advice to youngsters also would be not to say no to learning new things, but take up the challenges and learn new things as you go along. Be open to becoming multi-skilled. A person who is not working in silos, but is multifaceted and skilled, is the person who goes ahead and is more fit for this digital transforming world. Right. That is what would be my advice to all the youngsters who are coming into the industry.
Yeah, I think a lot of us can relate with what you have said, is that the focus shouldn't be on getting a job, but there needs to be a long-term goal of building a career, and you need to align all your actions towards that goal. And reskilling and upskilling is like a constant exercise that each individual needs to take responsibility of, over and above what organizations do for us. So yeah, I think Lakshmi, those insights were very valuable. And thank you for speaking with us and imparting us with your knowledge and all the expertise that you have of the IT industry. It was great pleasure to have you, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Kirti. It's been a pleasure talking to you and discussing the relevant things for currently, changing world that we are living in.
Thank you, Lakshmi. And also for our audience, if you like our videos, then please subscribe to our Clover Infotech channel. Thank you.